Welcome to the Reese Report. I am the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and I am back for a World Cup review. We did our preview, and yes, three of my teams are alive and well. Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Japan. My three upsets are alive. Iran got destroyed, but we won't talk about them right now. Day one or fixture ones are over. All the teams have played, and we are going to talk about some of those games, and then we'll discuss what's going to happen in fixture number two, the all important fixture number two. I am joined today by Tony Barbosa, whose heart is broken and then got put back together, but we'll let him explain that. And we have a very, very special guest. The wife is here. There she is. Yes. And as you
Cheers,
can tell,
everybody.
she had a very emotional roller coaster
Rough
today
day.
watching Portugal play.
Rough day.
So we're going to get into Portugal, who had a 3-2 victory over Ghana, a heart-stopping second half. Guys, I'm not going to do too much talking until the end. I'm going to ask questions about this game and about Canada. Let's start with Portugal since it's fresh in our heads. I'll start with Tony Barbosa. Okay. Did Ronaldo dive on the first goal?
He might embellish it a little bit. I would tell you, I'll just leave it at that. It wasn't really a dive. They were both going for the ball. And probably was a makeup call for the first half when they were fighting for the ball and Ronaldo pushed him and he got called for the foul too, which it shouldn't have been a foul, but yeah, I think that's all it was. It's really a makeup call.
What do you think?
Which is fine.
I think it's soccer, and so that there is a little bit of theatrics and cinema to it. And in regards to Ronaldo, pretty much he's a terrible fucking faker. He got lucky with some calls. That's all I have to say. It wasn't even excellent acting. You know, I don't support his butterface.
Ronaldo missed a few chances early. He had a chance where he tumbled over the goalie with a bad touch. He also missed a header early in the first half or later in the first half.
It was late in the first half.
Late in the first half. Before we get to the rest of the game, Ronaldo's performance, I don't think it was that great. What do you think, Barbosa?
It was a Ronaldo performance from lately, from the past year and a half, like 2 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't worse. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was good. Yeah. It was just you won a penalty, and he scored in the penalty shot. So
yeah,
it is what it is. He got the job done.
After that, this is where my wife went downhill. One of the Ayew brothers, I believe Jordan, got the equalizer. Terrible defense on this one, Barbosa.
It was a pretty goal, I have to admit. The man got a good shot in.
He nutmegged Danilo, and then the defense got caught running back, and it was in the net.
Danilo is not a center back. He's playing at a position. His position is a defensive midfield. Him putting him as a center back, it doesn't, obviously you could tell it doesn't work. Not when big games like this. In the qualifying round, yeah, okay, because you're playing teams that are ranked 100th in the world. But when you get to the World Cup, and teams that are better, he's not the right guy. I think hopefully they'll change that heading to the next game. I don't think they should start Danilo as a center back. That's just my opinion.
What do you think of that goal?
Both goals were kind of on him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What did you think of that goal? You kind of had a meltdown at that point.
I did, but then I saw the replay, and it's a well-deserved goal. I mean, it's not like Ronaldo's. The guy actually earned the goal. It was a real goal. Like, he did something for it. He didn't need everybody to step out of his way and everything to align perfectly. Mm-hmm. He got a good goal. I'll give him that. I did like our answer back. Yes. You know, with the next two that came after that. My favorite player of the game, maybe you don't agree with me, was João Felix. His acting skills, superb. I'd say about 75% of the time that he was on the floor was acting. He got some excellent calls for it, though. And maybe 25% of the time he actually did get some, in actual injuries. There was a lot of shots by Ghana to the ankles with all of our players, and I do think some of it was on purpose.
This was a very physical game, Barbosa, and it got chippy.
Yeah, Ghana is a very good physical team. I don't think most teams, let's say most teams, when they get physical, when they play against physical teams, they don't do all that well. And it is what it is. They won the game. They stuck to it, and then they scored two. They answered with 2 goals on the counterattack, which
Yep.
was led by Bruno Fernandes.
Yep. 2 great assists. One to
Especially on the,
yep.
especially to on John Felix's goal. What a
Yeah.
nice assist! Nice
Yeah.
pass. And then
Well,
Leon
the
came
defender
in.
screwed that up. He should have cleared it, and then he sort of missed the
Well,
ball, and then
the way Bruno Fernandes played it, he played it perfect because the defender was kind of twisting and turning when he was passing the ball, and he couldn't catch up. So
yeah.
it was a nice play.
Mhm.
And then the second goal, Leon, he gave it to Leon, and
great
after
finish.
2 minutes later, after came in, and it was a great finish.
See, to me, and I said this before the tournament, if Portugal's going to win, it's going to be Bruno Fernandes setting up the speedsters, aka Rafael Leao or Yao Felix on the outside, and that's where their goals came from today. To me, that was the story.
Joao. Not Yao.
Yes, you correct my saying of these names, okay?
And also thought Otavio had a good game too. I also thought Otavio had an excellent game.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be those players that help them win this tournament. I don't think it's going to be the Ronaldo show.
It's not going to be Ronaldo, obviously, which I like the way they set up, and especially coming back, have him at center at midfield, and then have the rest of the group sit back.
They won the midfield battle for sure.
Oh, 100%, 100%. They won the possession battle. That's where they won the game, right?
Yeah.
But defensively, they have to.
I'd be concerned defensively, Barbosa.
The second goal, I kind of blame Cancelo on that one too because I think he overplayed it. If you look at it, the replay, he overplayed that cross. I was a little bit disappointed with his defensive on that goal.
And then,
they'll take me that.
And then the heart attack happened. We had a Ghana player that no one saw come from behind, and it would have counted. The goalie did not see him. I guess no one warned him. And if he doesn't slip, it's a goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's just inexperience on the goalie on Costa, but you'll get that straightened out. I'm sure that's a wake up call to him. Make sure everybody be and
he likes to come out of the net a little too far. He likes to come out a little too far, and he gets distracted.
No, but every goalie in that situation will play the same thing. 99% of the time, every goalie was playing that ball the same way. It's just he didn't realize there was a guy behind him. That's all. Lucky for Portugal, it didn't go in. The guy slipped. And it should have been on the defense. It should have been on him. But hey, it was meant to be. It was meant for Portugal to win.
Hung on. Were you surprised how open the game was in the second half?
I was not really, because Portugal wanted to open it up a little bit more because obviously in the first half they couldn't do much because Ghana was sitting back, everybody was sitting back. Obviously when Portugal scores a goal, then obviously when Ronaldo scores a penalty, of course Ghana had to open up the game, and unfortunately they tied it, and I believe they got a little too comfortable and they wanted to push more for the win, and Portugal caught them on the counterattack, and that's basically what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
But in the first half, everybody was just Portugal was controlling the game.
Yes,
as you can see, they were trying to break Ghana down, but in the first half they couldn't do it. I just think Ghana probably got kind of tired.
They definitely looked tired when Portugal scored the 2 goals to make it 3-1. They were definitely getting tired. So anything else you want to say about this game? I know you had some more things on your mind, so go.
It's complete bullshit that Cristiano Ronaldo got player of the game. Complete fucking bullshit. He did barely anything. Okay? Barely anything. There are other players on this team. Can we as a nation, can the Portuguese people please, There are other players. It is a team. There's more than one person there. Okay. He barely moved. There were
Who gave him
numerous
player of the game?
passes where, because it was not perfectly aligned, he decided he wasn't going to walk the 3 feet to get to the ball. Okay. He's a butterface. He's not that great. He doesn't even handle the ball. He dances with his feet around the ball. It doesn't distract anybody. You've been doing it for like 2 decades, man. I remember being 12 years old watching you with the stupid feet. Okay. Do something new. I'm good. I'm good.
Barbosa, he has this thing where he has to
game?
wave his hands whenever he doesn't get the ball perfect.
Who gave him player of the game?
I saw.
Canada, the Canadian broadcasting.
I don't understand.
Why?
It.
Because it's Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That's all it. It doesn't matter who's player of the game.
Yeah.
They just give it to Ronaldo because he's the name. That's it. That's all it was.
In your
If you
opinion,
look at
though,
it,
Barbosa,
Felix,
Bruno Fernandes. Yeah.
João Felix could have won it.
Yeah.
I thought he played excellent. Bruno Fernandes played well. I thought Otavio played well. I don't know about man of the match, but I thought between Bruno Fernandes and João Felix, either of those guys.
Yao Felix was excellent.
Wow, not
Joao. Felix.
He's Portuguese.
Felix.
Not Chinese.
Felix was excellent in this game. I thought he was really good. He caused a lot of problems for Ghana.
He did cause a lot of problems. That's why I think, especially against Uruguay's defense is slow and old.
Yeah.
Portugal can cause a lot of damage up front with this.
Yes, but they also have big guys that can cause them problems also on the other end.
And we walked away with quite a few yellow cards.
Portugal, like Ruben Diaz is a pretty tall guy, and if they play, see, they should try at least play the young kid from Benfica because he's pretty tall too. He's tall and lanky.
Yeah.
Have both of them back there because obviously the kid Antonio Silva, that's his name. He plays center back also for Benfica, so why not try him? You know,
Cavani and Suarez caused them a lot of problems the last time, but now it's Darwin Nunez that's the problem now.
But Darwin Nunez, for some reason, I did watch the game.
He's struggling right now.
He's I don't know what's going on, but he's struggling.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go, Uruguay's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's going to go. Never mind Suarez. Suarez is now what he used to be.
He's old. Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's not him, forget it.
Yeah.
Uruguay's not going to go anywhere.
So we have Portugal versus Uruguay Monday at 2.
Portugal's going to win.
We will eventually talk about the afterwards, the second games. But let's go to Canada. Barbosa, I've been waiting to hear from you. I know you picked Canada to finish second in this group. They played one of the best games I've ever seen a Canadian team play. Of course, they haven't played since '86. But what were your thoughts on that amazing effort? Davies unfortunately missed the penalty. It was a horrible penalty, and Courtois he's too big to not stop that. They had multiple chances to go ahead and controlled the game. What did you think?
The Canada, like, listen, it sucks that they lost the game, but you gotta be impressed with how Canada play. And I told you guys before the prediction, watch out for Canada. Canada's a good team, and Herm Edwards is a great coach. He's a great coach.
Bulletin board material for Croatia?
Sorry?
What do you think? He told them that we're gonna F them up.
You want to know my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Watching how Canada played against Belgium and knowing Croatia,
they're worried.
They're slow. Listen, Canada outplayed them everywhere. If you ask me, Eustáquio outplayed De Bruyne. De Bruyne did not play well.
He did not play well at all. I agree. Even his passes were off. Like he wasn't. Yeah.
And I thought Eustáquio played amazing. I thought he was controlling the game. He played well.
David did not play well. Jonathan David.
Yeah, Jonathan David. I think he was nervous. You can kind of tell he was a little bit nervous.
I think those people ran in game 2. I think he starts.
That's why I think he didn't take the penalty because it should have been him taking the penalty. It shouldn't have been. That's one thing
Davies looked nervous too. Like Davies, you could tell he looked nervous before he took that penalty.
Listen, he doesn't take penalties for Bayern Munich.
Right.
He hasn't been in a while. I don't know why. I don't know why he ended
I
up
mean, he
getting
grabbed
sent.
the ball right away, Tony.
I think there's a reason why. I believe Herm Edwards probably told the team, he was, listen, if there's ever a penalty chance, he's going to take it, obviously, because he's the face of Canadian soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but all in all, I was very impressed with the defense. I thought the defense, except for that one lapse, which it
Bad
had to,
bounce.
yeah, bad bounce and it went in. But
Yeah.
I thought all in all, defense played well. Um, the midfield played well. It's just unfortunately the strikers kind of missed a couple of chances also. Um, but man, I was
So
impressed. Very
I guess my
impressed.
question is now, Sunday at 10 o'clock for the, by the way, people, for Canada's game. How do they
That's,
handle Croatia's midfield? That's going to be tough.
hey, if they stick to the same game plan as they did against Belgium, I I I I can see Canada winning that game. If they play the same style, I can see Canada winning that game. Because they'll give them fits in that midfield. You look what they did against Belgium.
Mhm.
Belgium didn't know what the hell. Belgium was fun. Belgium was fun.
Croatia's midfield,
Um,
though, is one of the best in the world, right? Like you'd agree.
yeah, but you gotta understand, they're slow. Modric is what, 36,
37.
37,
Yeah.
and the other,
Trying to
what's
remember
his
the other
name?
guys now. Yeah. Perisic
Yeah,
plays outside now.
yeah, but they're older, man. And if Canada has that same game plan, I agree with Herm Edwards. We'll fuck them up.
Kovacic, they got Kovacic as well. And I believe Perisic might be in there too. But
The Patriots, yeah, they're like I said, they're a little bit older. And if it's a track meet, forget it.
can
Canada
they
will
bring the
smoke them.
same energy as they did in the first game?
100%.
Yeah.
Because now they're fired up. They were like, I'm sure after that game, we're like, hey guys, we we just helped play the second best team in the world according to the rankings.
Yeah.
We can play with these guys. We
Mhm.
can play with these European teams. So why not? Why not bring that intensity? I think if they do, like I said, if they stick to that game plan,
Yeah.
I can see them beating Croatia 100%.
The shocks of the tournament. Saudi Arabia had 5 minutes of magic. One of the goals of the tournament. Japan, to me, Japan's victory was more impressive because they actually had, you know, many minutes of dominating Germany, which is a stunner for a lot of people, and they
I
deservedly won that
very
game.
disappointed. I'm very disappointed with Germany. I thought they would show up. I picked them to win the group because the
Yeah.
Germany, it always tends to do bad in these round robins, but then it comes to these tournaments. For some reason,
The last
they get
couple of
to go.
tournaments, they haven't been good.
Yeah, and then now I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, they're in
But they just
trouble now because with that 7-0 victory by Spain, they're going to have to beat
yeah.
Spain. Otherwise, they're not going to qualify.
No, well, they lost Japan. Yeah, they got to beat Spain. Yeah,
Right.
you're right. They have to beat Spain, and they
Now,
have to beat.
Argentina, because of the 0-0 Mexico-Poland result, actually got help. So now if they beat Mexico and Poland, they get through. So that tie was important for Argentina.
I oof, they didn't impress me. Argentina didn't impress me much.
Mhm.
Uh, they're man, they
Now
got to turn
Argentina
around.
had 3 goals like called offside by inches. We're talking like millimeters offside. So it could have been 4-0.
The
Um,
VAR system, man, VAR, hey,
it
you
happened.
know,
I think Argentina
VAR.
will rebound. I really do. I didn't see anything from Mexico Poland that said that if Argentina
No,
plays better, that they won't beat them. I think Argentina can beat both of them. They will have to if they're going to go through. Now, what do you think Saudi Arabia does for an encore?
I honestly think they're gonna lose the next two games.
Defensive shell 0-0. I could see them trying to go 0-0 the next 2 games.
You won't be able to 0-0. I don't think you'll be able to
Does
go zero
Japan
zero the
get
next.
through?
Mhm,
I think Japan gets through.
mhm.
I really do. I think they
This I
beat
think,
Costa Rica. I think they beat Costa Rica. I don't have any doubt
yeah,
about that.
Costa Rica doesn't look that good, man. Costa Rica looks pretty bad.
So that gives them 2 wins, even if they lose to Spain, right? So there you go.
No, they can, man. Spain looks, but does Costa Rica look that bad, or does Spain look that good?
I think Costa Rica was that bad. I think it was Costa Rica. They were horrible.
I think that's that one that second goal they just gave up.
Yeah.
Never seemed like he wasn't into it after that 2-0
Yeah.
goal, and I was like, all right. But
Um,
yeah, Spain is to that.
Yeah.
Spain is to their. They're sticking to their
Passing
style.
principles. Yeah.
The three triangles going in again.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if the other teams will give them problems. I don't know. It just to me it seemed like Costa Rica just gave up.
Let's talk about 3 of the favorites before we go. Were you impressed with France, Brazil, and England?
France.
France, I don't know about France. They kind of look weak at the back, and I'm not sure about France yet.
I'm not sure about France. I did pick them coming out of the group, but I'm a little skeptical of
England
France.
played Iran, so I don't know if I should take them seriously yet. Iran.
But I thought the game. Listen, England was. I thought they played well.
They did.
I thought they played well. Iran's not a bad team. They're okay, but I thought England played well. That midfield and their strikers, their forward strikers, man, they can go. They're fast. They're fast.
Brazil had problems breaking down. Who did they play today? Can't even remember who they played now. They had problems breaking down Serbia early, and then Richarlison scored a beauty on a volley. But Neymar has an injury concern, as does Kane for England. So these injuries could have a factor in the second games for sure.
I was just hearing that Neymar his ankle. They're going to evaluate him the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
That might not be.
No.
That might not be too promising.
Yeah. I mean, they're loaded, Brazil.
Yeah, on my golden boot prediction, but we'll see.
Yeah, the Netherlands was not impressive, even though I think they can be a surprise team. They were not impressive at all. And Denmark looked bad against Tunisia. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on with Denmark. That's a lot of teams. That's a team that a lot of people are picking as the dark horse.
Yeah.
But
a lot of 0-0s.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing special with Denmark. Besides obviously Spain.
Yeah. I mean, Spain looked deadly, but they played Costa Rica, so we don't know, right? Like,
besides that, I can't really say there's one clear favorite to win. Just after watching it, I can't say there's not one team that will win the tournament.
Of the teams of the upsets, who goes the farthest of the upsets? I'm going to say Japan. What do you think?
Ooh.
It's going to be Portugal.
No, of the upsets. Portugal's a favorite. Of the upset teams.
Man.
I don't care about the upsets or anybody.
Probably Japan.
Else.
Japan?
Probably Japan. I would say probably Japan. They look all right.
I mean, Wales probably look the best. Wales, well, they managed to get a draw. They played well in the second half. Switzerland won 1-0 today, but I didn't see that game, so I'm not sure how they looked. But they could surprise.
I didn't see that game either.
Right.
From what I heard, they played. From what I heard, they played all right.
Yeah.
They could give Brazil problems.
Remember, they beat France in the Euros, so
they could give Brazil problems the next game.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So there's not a team that you can say is impressing me right after the first one, obviously except for
Spain.
But what am I going to say against Costa Rica?
It's been a fun World Cup, pretty wide open. Like no one, obviously England and Spain look great, but like they played minnows.
No one really stands out. There's not one. Probably there's not one player that can say will run away with with the Golden Boot. Um, but we'll see. We'll
I
see.
think
Next week,
Richarlison leads with 2 goals right now, right?
yeah, he's the
Yeah.
one that's leading with 2 goals. No, him and
The Spain guy.
Fernand Torres. Fernand Torres.
Yeah, Fernan Torres has 2. Valencia has 2 for Ecuador.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
two.
Giroud
Okay.
has 2 as well. Olivier
Oh
Giroud.
yeah,
So,
yeah, Giroud has two.
and the guy from Iran has 2 goals. So how about that?
No, no, no. He has one. I
Oh, he
thought he
only
has
has
one.
1? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Number
Saka
10
has
is
2 for England. So yeah, wide open. Anyone could win it. The favorites are not there right now that we would have picked. So
no,
we'll
no.
see, right?
We'll see next. Well, these games get a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it shapes up.
All
But
right,
it's been
there.
fun. It's been a good. It's
5
been a good
minutes
World
left. You wanna rant or say anything else?
I don't need to say anything else. My team's gonna take it all.
Yeah. Will they beat Uruguay?
They're gonna beat everybody.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You were nervous today. You were
I'm not
nervous.
nervous. I'm just sitting over here and I know that my team statistically does better than the Toronto Maple Leafs. So chances are,
That's not hard, honey. That's not hard.
shut up. Shut up. Chances are we're gonna take it all. Okay. All we gotta do is just hope Ronaldo breaks a leg and isn't on the team.
Oh God.
So that's what I have to say. That's
Ronaldo
it.
doesn't play the full 90 minutes. Don't worry. Ronaldo will not play the full
He
90
was not
minutes.
happy when he got taken off, eh, Barbosa? He started waving his hands
Never
and coaching
happy
from the
about
bench again.
anything. He's never
It doesn't
happy about
matter.
anything.
It
He has
doesn't matter.
whineritis and he's full of himself.
Mm.
He's
He can't
he's
play
a
the 90 minutes
narcissist
anymore.
and everybody feeds into his ego. He's not that great. We've had better players. I've been watching this fool my whole life.
One more question before we go, Tony. Now that he has his release from Manchester United, what are the chances that nobody wants him and he has to go back to Sporting or MLS?
No, you'll end up in a club.
So
I
someone's
think
going to
you'll
take.
end up. Yeah, somebody will take him.
Okay.
That needs to handle his ego.
Especially if he has a good tournament, definitely somebody will take it.
Because you got to remember, when you bring Ronaldo in, he has to play every game, and you have to tailor your team to his strengths and weaknesses. So it's difficult to do that.
No, you got to tell him, especially after this, you got to tell him, hey, buddy, you want to play here. Listen,
Gotta
you got to
calm
play
down.
our style. You got to play our style. You got
He
to
may
play
not like
within.
that, of course.
You might not like it, but listen, yeah, it is what it is, right? He's getting up to age. Not everybody's human. Nobody's a robot. So you gotta. Everybody has an expiry date. He's no different
Yeah.
than everybody else.
Yeah.
So
He's been done for a
it
while.
is.
Okay, guys, that's our review of the first fixtures of the World Cup. We will be back for the second after the second fixtures are done. Hopefully, my wife does not have a heart attack before then or gets too drunk to come on the show. But
One glass.
just one glass.
It's one glass. It's just a really big glass.
That's a really big...
All Portugal is to get another win in the second game,
and they're through. Yeah,
and they're through.
Yeah,
we got this.
Because they got 3 goals too, so that will give them an advantage in
got 3 goals. The other team tied.
Yeah. 0-0. So
yeah, they got 0-0. If they do, especially Uruguay, if they beat Uruguay,
yeah, they won't. Yeah, South Korea shouldn't be a threat.
Yeah, they'll definitely finish first if they beat Uruguay. So we'll see. Well, even if they tie, I feel bad for Uruguay.
Yeah, the tie might actually get them through. Yeah.
Well, the tie will get them through, but man, Uruguay, it's gonna look bad on Uruguay.
That's a big game for Uruguay, for both teams.
Huge game. It's a bigger game for Uruguay, 100%.
Yeah.
In Portugal, I wouldn't say not so much, but for Uruguay, that is a big game. A draw will be enough, but obviously you'd want to win, right?
We want to win.
All right, so that's our show. I'd like to thank Tony Barbosa for coming on and my wife for joining us. She'll be with us throughout the World Cup. And as you can tell, she's very excited. and very nervous.
Nervous.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment at the Reese Report on our show. We've got a lot of feedback for soccer in the World Cup this year, so keep it going. Until the next Reese Report, I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese. That's Tony Barbosa, and my wife's over there drinking. We will see you next time on the Reese Report.